Theater Wharton brought a full cast and crew of actors here to Ithaca, and he started making movies. He got his brother to come here, and they formed the Wharton Inc.
The Whartons realized the importance of a good story, and they were really known for their serials, their episodic serials.
The Romance of Elaine serial was the first film that they started making here in Ithaca. They made Beatrice Fairfax, another serial. They made Patria. They made The Mysteries of Myra. Then they went independent and made their own films. They did The Great White Trail, was their first independent film that they shot, filmed, released, and distributed.
They're out in the snow shooting sort of sled dogs, very dramatic landscape scenes. The singular, most dramatic scene has to be the trolley car going over the Stewart Avenue Bridge. That was a one-take shot for sure.
Shooting these films brought movie stars here. It was a thriving part of Ithaca. It was a happening town.
This was their main studio. This is where they chucked out all the film. They edited it, they shot it, they produced it. They had the wardrobe, they had everything here, and they were doing it right. Now, I think I have this original article of this one, too.
I don't know where this file is.
Which film is this, Terry? Is this Myra?
Mysteries of Myra, yep.
That's the Mysteries of Myra. This is another artifact of
This
who?
is related with Paul Panzer. This is the guy that starred, he was the villain in the film.
But that's an artifact, so that
Right,
does not go
right.
in here.
I formed Ithaca Made Movies around 2005, and officially I'm a nonprofit organization. I guess it was only because I had all these materials, and I wanted to share them somehow, and a lot of the materials I had weren't in our local museums, and I've been just trying to keep the idea alive. The movies were made here, and I've always liked when I could go to a location where I had like a still or a picture, and I could stand in the same place where they possibly stood, and that they did the movies there. Maybe that's corny, maybe it's not. I mean, it's so long ago, but this was where it was, and it feels good sometimes to be where it was. Routinely back then, 85 to 90% of the films that were made during the silent era were destroyed. So you only had a small portion to even select from. Anything that I got was kind of good, and everything is not a still photograph. I wanted to see moving pictures. We've got moving pictures for people to see now. And can you see that bridge up there? Up there, they threw a trolley car off the bridge. A silent film made by the Wharton Studio in 1914 immortalized this bridge in a scene where a runaway trolley plunged 100 feet into the gorge below. That's something that didn't happen every day, but in Ithaca it could happen any day. They had trolley tracks coming right along here. They put in a fake rail and had wheels, and they threw it off the side of the bridge. They had cameras over here, cameras over here, cameras over there. They got it from 3 angles, a spectacular shot. The last film they did was called A Crooked Dagger. It was never released or anything. They filmed it, but the Pathé Company refused to show it. They went bankrupt. They ran out of money. They went someplace else, but they never achieved the success that they had here in Ithaca. This was their heyday. The Wharton's lawyer's name was Howard Cobb. This is where Howard Cobb lived. And behind it, there was a film magazine where all the Ithaca movies were stored. And in 1929, there was a fire. It burnt up, and most all of the films were lost. Everybody here has heard that they made movies in Ithaca, right? How many of you, by raising your hand, have seen them? Most of the people nowadays don't even remember that they made movies in Ithaca. A lot of these I have shown at senior centers, and there's nothing that's been better to me when I went to the seniors. They'd lived their whole life here. They're 80, 90 years old. They never got to see them. We're going to play an episode. I'm going to switch it right now. And we're going to go to Beatrice Fairfax, Volume 1.
It's really only through history that you sort of gain a sense of the present and also the future.
What are we doing today? Now you have downloads and people are watching films on their cell phones. You download the latest Netflix stream or something and you watch it with 2 or 3 friends in your living room, but it's not with a huge audience. It's a whole different perception of the film.
I've been just trying to keep the idea alive. When they first started making them, they must have been doing something right.
This is where the films and the medium comes from. This is where it started. This is where the basis of it all was built on, and everything that we've done since then, regardless of where it goes and where it is going, this is where we've learned to do that from.